Hey everyone, welcome to another installment from Ampro Engineering. This is going to be a quick one, and technically speaking, if you do follow this channel, you've seen these already because the video on this vehicle has aired prior to this video where I'm going to cover it. Needless to say, this is the factory wheel for a couple of FMS vehicles. This one happens to be the FJ40, and I hate this wheel. Oh, it's awful. Oh, that's better. That's so much better. I hate it so much that I went ahead and made this wheel. Now you might be saying to yourself, well, I've seen that wheel before. There are companies that make it, and yeah, you'd be right. However, I've got a number of RC cars, and I hate replacing tires and buying wheels. And although these tires are a bit on the stiff side, they've actually got some pretty decent grip on there, and given that the car is very heavy, I'm going to keep them. So what I did is I designed this wheel, but it's unique. First off, it is a single piece wheel, partly because I designed so many wheels that it's just easier to make a single piece wheel. And secondly, I don't like beadlocks. A few dabs of glue and they're set for life. Never had an issue with it before. So you take this main wheel, shoot it whatever color you want the wheel. Then you take the center cap here, which you can tell is actually, you can see through the slots. Now, you're not supposed to be able to. We'll get to that in a second. So you print this in resin in this orientation. This was printed in that orientation. We have to do something with the black areas, and that is where this comes in. So I'm lazy, and I've had oftentimes issues with black not really bonding very well to the chrome. You know, I'll usually wait 2 or 3 days to paint the black onto the chrome, and perhaps that's the issue. With this set, you don't have to do that. You simply shoot this black, align the pins here to the circles on the back. Okay, it'll just kind of drop in like that. Put a bit of glue. These here will screw in to the wheel, just like that. And then you hold the wheel on with this RC four-wheel drive hub, and there is your front. This one here is the rear. It works the exact same way, except that for this car here, you will install this first. There's lots of room on the axle housing behind this to very easily thread in a couple of screws when you're all set and have this installed with no cap. Very quick, very easy with an SLA printer using ABS-like plastic. This is really fast, inexpensive, and the fact that you don't have to mask anything is easy. Just to be a little bit clearer. So again, this is the part that you're going to need to paint black or whatever custom color that you want. I went with matte black. At the rear, these holes are 1.75 millimeters in diameter, so they're designed to fit a M2 machine screw without tapping. I did not cure this part, nor did I cure the center caps. I did cure these for 30 seconds. The reason being is that I would like them to behave a little bit more like ABS, and if you paint them, then you shouldn't have any issues with it. So again, we're going to take this piece here, line it up. You can see the orientation, this printed like this, and this also printed in this orientation. Line up the circular cutouts, just like that. Give it a bit of a squeeze to seat it. Okay, use some model glue to glue this down. It looks pretty flat there. The silver should protrude just slightly because on the actual truck, that's how it is. There's like a little undercut on the aluminum to snap onto the I believe to snap onto the wheel. A little bit of model glue, let it set, and there you go. So for the front unit, we'll just drop this straight on in here. That's really easy. Okay, then at the rear, I have these, I think these are just 6 millimeter long M2s. Just put it in there. Hold the front of the wheel in place. Threads right in pretty nicely. When it gets close, spin slower, snugs up, you're done. Okay, I think I'm only going to install 2. I don't really see a point to install all 4. All right, so we'll thread that in a little bit. There's a variety of these that are available on the internet. These are relatively expensive and from RC four-wheel drive, but they're excellent. I'll have a link in the description. Now, these are designed to have the appropriate depth for the stub axle. Okay. There we have it. Now the rear. There we have it. So at the rear, what you need to do when you install this is to go ahead and put the hubcap on prior to actually installing the wheel, either tapping, installing all the screws to cut the plastic so it's easier to actually thread them in, or go ahead and use a bottom tap to tap the holes and make it easy to install these. Although it's not that difficult, it's still kind of at a weird angle, so you want to make sure that it's as simple as possible. The fronts look just fabulous. You got the hub sticking out just enough. I hope I didn't offend anybody by disliking the vehicle's factory wheels. I'm sure there is perhaps an application for those that makes them look appropriate, I suppose. But for this, we needed to go back to OG. There is, of course, a link in the description to my mini factory for these wheels. And again, these are printed on an SLA with ABS-like plastic. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.